Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds, or actually, sort of meme or dream, a little bit of both. Anyway, today we're heading to Modern to play some Rooftop Storm combo. So the story of this deck is, I was trying to get as much stuff recorded as possible before leaving for Vegas and going on vacation doing Magic 30, so there'd be stuff going up on the YouTube channel. So I was trying to find some sweet Modern brews to play, and I found this deck that got top 32 in a 48 player tournament, and it looks pretty wild. It is Rooftop Storm combo that's looking to Rooftop Storm for infinite Acererak and win the game. So I figured it could be a pretty good Against the Odds episode. Like, this looks like an Against the Odds deck, although technically, because we didn't do a poll and I didn't build this deck, it's kind of more of a meme or dream. So we're gonna meme or dream or Against the Odds and figure out if Rooftop Storm combo actually has a chance to win games in Modern. So let's talk about this deck, jump into a Modern League, see it in action. So the plan of this deck is simple. We gotta play Rooftop Storm, a 6-mana enchantment that lets us pay 0 for our zombies, and if we do, we can cast Acererak an infinite number of times. Acererak just keeps bouncing back to our hand as long as we don't go through Tomb of Annihilation dungeon, but that's fine because what we really want to do is go through Lost Mine of Fandelver an infinite number of times. If you raid through all the rooms of the dungeon, the big one is Dark Pool. Dark Pool says each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. So what we do is Rooftop Storm, Acererak, cast it, I don't even know, a couple hundred times, and that'll drain our opponent out of the game regardless of their life total. So that is the goal of the deck. Of course, the challenge of this deck is Rooftop Storm's expensive for Modern. 6 mana is a lot, but we got a kind of interesting plan for getting there. We're playing Lotus Field, a land that taps for 3 mana, and a bunch of ways to untap it. Dream Grip, Twiddle, Vizier, Tumbling Sands. So in theory, with our best draws, we can be resolving Rooftop Storm and winning the game as early as turn 3. We do need like kind of 3-ish combo pieces. It's really a 2.5 piece combo tech. Like Rooftop Storm and Acererak, those are definitely combo pieces. Lotus Field is like half a combo piece. We can technically win without it. Just make 6 land drops, cast Rooftop Storms, cast Acereraks, go off, combo dungeons, win the game. But normally it's gonna help a lot if we have Lotus Field shenanigans to speed the process up. Otherwise, we got a ton of ways to find our combo pieces. Profane Tutor, Wishclaw Talisman, just tutor up whatever we're missing. Serum Vision, Sleight of Hand, just churn through our deck for 1 mana to find Rooftop Storm, Acererak, Lotus Field. Thoughtseize gives us some protection. One thing this deck does not like is counter spells. A nightmare for this deck is we actually assemble the combo and our opponent like Spell Pierces or Force of Negates. Our Rooftop Storm and everything falls apart, so Thoughtseize helps clear that out of the way. Mana base, Lotus Field, and a bunch of Dimir lands. In the sideboard, I mentioned counter spells, really a big issue for this deck, so Flusterstorm, Spell Pierce let us fight the counter war. Chandra is uncounterable. If we can't win with Rooftop Storm and Acererak, we can try to just Lotus Field into Chandra. Chalice for the Cascade decks, a bunch of removals, some combo hate, some graveyard hate, and that is Rooftop Storm combo for Modern. That's our Against the Odds / meme or dream deck for today. So let's jump into a Modern deck and see, is there any chance that Rooftop Storm can actually win some games? Is it practical, or are we just gonna get wrecked by counters and discard and all the busted stuff in Modern? Let's find out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Today's video is brought to you by our awesome sponsor, Card Kingdom. You can get all the Dominaria United cards you need and help support the show over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. Against the Odds time, we are trying to Rooftop Storm Acererak combo in Modern. A little bit of Lotus Field Twiddle action mixed in. 1 land, 2 Acereraks, but no meaningful mana. Yeah, we gotta mulligan that one. Okay, this I guess is better. We will keep. We'll put a Lotus Field to the bottom. All right, so Wishclaw can find a combo piece. We got the Lotus Field. Burn on the play. Hooray. Opponent goes to combat. Goblin Guide. Top card is a Dream Grip. All right, well, we will Dark Slick Shores and Serum Visions. Serum Visions bottom. I guess Lonely Sandbar to the top. I mean, we're going to get it for free with Goblin Guide, so pass the turn. I mean, we got lots of mana. We got 1 tutor, but we can only tutor. Well, can we make so much mana that we can tutor twice with Wishclaw with Dream's Grip? Maybe. So we can play Wishclaw next turn. Then we need the Lotus Field. Can we live long enough to make this work? All right, we get the Lonely Sandbar. Sure. Free land. Hits us for 2. Riftbolt suspended. Misty Rainforest. Well, Misty, crack it thin the deck. Grab an island, play the Wishclaw. Ship the turn. So if we can draw a combo piece, just naturally, then I think we can win next turn. I guess there's some chance they have enough burn. 9, 8, 7. Not impossible that they burn us out here. Would have felt a lot better if we were on the play. Yeah, I mean, if they just have the handful of burn, opponent gets in, hits us down to 7. Top card, Vizier. Do we get to untap? Opponent passes. Well, here goes nothing. So, play Lotus Field. Sack the lands. Vizier cycle. Untap Lotus Field. Draw a combo, please. Vizier. Okay, that's another redraw. Vizier cycle. I mean, maybe we can make enough mana to do it with double tutoring. Untap the Lotus Field. Draw. So we have 4 mana. We tap this, we're down to 3 mana. In response, we Dreamsgrip. To untap this, we're down to 2 mana. We tap this, we're down to 1 mana. We double tutor. We get Rooftop Storm. We get Acererak. We Dreamsgrip. Up to 3 mana, down to, so we're 1 mana short. All right, so cycle only sandbar. I guess we just gotta luck into a combo piece here. Sleight of hand. All right, that's not the worst. Sleight of hand. Does another Wish Claw do it? Oh, so much counting. So these are each plus 2 mana, essentially. The Wish Claw's 2, 3, 4. I don't think so. So I think we have to Sleight of Hand. Another Sleight of Hand. Okay, there's a Acererak. This should hopefully do it. So Dreamsgrip. Untap Lotus Field. Tap Lotus Field for blue. Dreamsgrip. Untap Lotus Field. Tap Lotus Field for blue. Dreamsgrip. Untap Lotus Field. Tap Lotus Field for blue. Wishclaw Talisman. Wow, I think we pieced it together. Get the Rooftop Storm. Play the Rooftop Storm. Oh my goodness. Exactly enough mana. And now, unless our opponent has something that they probably shouldn't have in their main deck, we should be good just to infinitely venture through dungeons. Acererak for free? I assume if our opponent had double burn spells, they would have just killed us before doing any of this. I mean, I guess they could have double bolt and be 1 point short. Acererak. Life, Scry, Treasure, Scry, Skeletons, Draw. We just go through Lost Mine of Phandelver. Scry 1, not that it matters. To the bottom. Acererak. I mean, this is deterministically lethal. We did do it. Acererak. The big one is Mind Pool. Mind Pool is the one, each opponent loses life, you gain a life. We go through that 17 times, and our opponent is officially dead. Huh, Acererak. We'll see if our opponent realizes that the game is over. So janky, but we found a way. We found a way. This is a turn 3 kill. This is turn 3 Rooftop Storm combo kill. Dark Pool, please. Gain a life. Drain you for 1. Yield to the dungeon. What does the last mode do? Draw a card. Okay, sure. So we will draw our entire deck here, although that's not especially relevant. We have plenty of cards, so even though we're going to do a lot of drawing, it doesn't really matter. Acererak, pick it up, trigger the dungeon, draw a card, Acererak, pick it up, same thing, do it again, scry 1. Our opponent is not going to scoop, are they? Are they really going to sit here while we do this? They're dead. They're 100% dead. Oh, wait. Do they have an answer that they've been slow rolling for some reason? Okay, Acererak. Okay, make a treasure. Acererak, drain you. Go into the dark pool. Okay, lightning helix. Oh my. Oh. All right, so our opponent actually had the answer, they just didn't use it. Interesting. Well, that's a disappointing one. All right, opponent's gonna tutor, which I guess means they're planning on killing us, because if we get to tutor, we definitely win. I guess like land, bolt, Boros Charm would do it. Opponent goes to combat, hits us. Turn vision's on top. Oh, they're gonna tutor up an Eidolon. Okay, so now we need to find a way to beat an Eidolon. So this means we need an answer to the Eidolon and an Acererak. That's not great. All right, Serum Visions. Take some damage. Profane Tutor, too slow. Yeah, so I think this actually, wow, they actually had the answer. Yeah, we can't draw this Wishclaw. Okay, those cards don't help. So we'll Wishclaw for Acererak. So we just have to like blind draw into something like this. We do get to draw off this last mode. So we have to blind draw into something right now. Okay, there's still one more chance. We have to blind draw into Etwara off. Oh, we don't get to draw. That's right. It's just a scry. Wow, I can't believe that happened. Yeah, that does it. We get to scry and dead. Oh, what are the chances? Oh, well, I mean, we got to see the combo go off. No idea why our opponent did not interact with the combo. Instead sat through it for like 10 minutes and then interacted, but to each their own. Okay, so this presumably will get a little bit worse because our opponent will presumably, I mean, that was Burn on the Plane. We had the turn 3 combo kill. We can't really ask for more than that. So the downside is our opponent now can bring in Enchantment Hate potentially, which is a way they can fizzle the combo. Oh, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. All right, we get to play first. So we got the Rooftop Storm, which is good. We got a potential Profane Tutor. We do not have a Lotus Field, so the mana is going to be a problem at the moment. So we need to find Lotus Field. We need to find a Acererak opponent. Wooded Foothills, cracks Wooded Foothills. Gets a Mountain. Goblin Guide goes to combat. Top card is a Flusterstorm. Well, I mean, that could be good at some point in the future. 3 life to get a Black Source is pretty painful here, but we probably just have to do it. Ugh, down to 15, Watery Grave untapped. Suspend the Profane Tutor, pass the turn. About it. Inspiring Vantage. Suspends a Rift Bolt, goes to combat attacks. Top card, Twiddle. So we can do a bunch of tapping and untapping, I guess. Skewers us to 10. Do we even survive until this tutor comes down is the next question. Well, let's Serum Visions. Spell Pierce bottom. Yeah, both gotta go bottom. Bottom and bottom. Sleight of Hand. Take a Twiddle. Play the land and pass the turn. We need to draw the Acererak. The opponent gonna Rift Bolt. We're gonna Flusterstorm. Opponent can't pay for it, but if they tap down to pay for it, that's a win. So we need a top deck. We can get Lotus Field. Lotus Field can get down the Rooftop Storm, but without a Acererak, none of that matters. So we need to draw Lotus Field or a Acererak, basically. Opponent. So our opponent shouldn't be able to kill us this turn. Goes to combat, gets it. Goblin Guide, top card. Come on, combo piece, combo piece. Serum Visions. Profane Tutor comes down. I think we got to take the Lotus Field, unfortunately. We draw another Dream's Grip. And yeah, this makes us actually dead, right? Okay. Oh, so close! Against the odds time, we are Rooftop Storm mulliganing. Actually, this might work. Sounds awkward. It is literally 1 land and a million cantrips and tutors, but that should be fine, right? We're on the draw. I mean, we should be able to find what we need, hopefully. Probably just put a Sleight of Hand to the bottom. Actually, what if our opponent has Thoughtseize? We really gotta hit a land on. Yeah, that's fine. I think Serum Vision's a little bit better than Sleight of Hand. Turn 1, Serum Visions, yeah. Turn 2, Sleight of Hand opponent. Steam Vents, counters. Well, there's combo piece number 1, Acererak, Watery Grave untapped, and Serum Visions. Top and top. That's all of our combo pieces. Now we just have to find the mana to actually cast them. Opponent, Otherworldly Gaze. Oh, it's Dredge. All right, no Dredgers in the graveyard. That's something. Well, the race is on. Can we combo kill before our opponent dredges us to death? Opponent gonna pass. In game 2, we can bring in the Ley Lines, which is good against Dredge. Lotus Field and suspend a Profane Tutor. Go. Opponent gonna do some gazing. Oh, wow, that is the perfect top 3 cards. Narcomoeba and the Thug. Yeah, those were what our opponent wanted to see. There's the Dredge, another Creeping Chill. Although the only Dredger in the graveyard is a Dark Blast. Okay, so we dropped to 12. We shouldn't really have to worry about interaction, which is nice. Opponent gets in, hits us. Okay, we draw Rooftop Storm. We will Sleight of Hand to try to find a land. We actually kind of want both of these, don't we? Well, take the land. This comes down next turn. All right, down to 9. Suspend Profane Tutor, go. Not sure if this is correct or... Oh no, another gaze. Uh-oh. All lands. Okay, that is miraculously good. Opponent does get to dredge 3. Or they can upkeep gaze. Wow, opponent just lets it go. Nothing, okay. Uh-oh, they got the Cathartic. Oh no, Reunion. That's scary. Well, here comes the huge Dredgen. Dredges. Come on, whiff. Oh, okay, there's an Archamoeba. And one prized amalgam. Can we live 2 more turns is the question. Opponent hits us. Either that or we need to draw a Twiddle here. There might have been some argument for going for Serum Visions instead. Or instead of suspending the tutor. Tick down, tick down. We will take a Lotus Field and draw a Twiddle. Wish Claw. So the problem is our opponent should be able to dredge the rest of their deck. And that'll hit Creeping Chills and we'll die. 3, 4, 5. We could try to just gain a life with a Acererak. Let's say we Serum Visions and hit a Twiddle. Serum Visions. Play this sack. Twiddle untap. That still doesn't get us there. I don't think we survive this, but we're gonna cast an Acererak. We're gonna venture into the gain 1 life dungeon. We're gonna play Lotus Field. Sack 2 lands. This gives us exactly enough life that we don't die to 1 Creeping Chill. Although our opponent can probably dredge enough thanks to the Ox to hit the second one too. So I assume they Ox, dredge, dredge, dredge. We go to 1. I assume they just dredge and trust that they hit the last one. Wow, this was super close. Yeah, we might have messed up. It might have been better to play the Serum Visions. Although, at the same time, we didn't know that our opponent had... Okay, Archamoeba doesn't do... Oh, they found it. Okay. Yeah, opponent did find it. That was the spin. Like, if our opponent did not hit that Creeping Chill, they're dead. Yeah, that is a tough one. I don't know if that was correct or not. On one hand, yes, it's actually awkward. Do we need the Thought Seizes? Because we're bringing in ley lines, our opponent's going to have answers to ley lines. So do we need their answers to the ley line to protect our Rooftop Storm? Yeah, I don't know if that was correct or not with the Serum Visions versus Tutor. The Tutor means we're guaranteed to win in 2 turns. Our opponent's dredging didn't look that scary, but then the fact that they found the Cathartic Reunion that they didn't have the turn before, they would have cast it. I think they would have cast it. That ended up changing everything. Yeah, I don't know. That was a really close game. So I think we're gonna go like 2 Thought Seizes. We need all the ley lines, go down to Vizier, and maybe just like 1 Sleight of Hand. Run it like that. All right, so step 1, find a ley line. Wow, can we just try to play this fairly? We're like a Twiddle away, right? 3 Lotus Fields is a little awkward, but we do have the full combo. You know what? I think we just, hilariously, I think we just keep this. Because if we just go land Twiddle, and we have a lot of Twiddles in this deck, but if we just go land Twiddle, I think we just win. So Misty Rainforest, go. Opponent, also keeping 7. And since we're on the play, maybe we're just fast enough to race. Blood Crypt, untapped, and... Oh no. Things have gotten significantly worse. Opponent sideboarded in the Thought Seizes. Interesting. Well, Misty crack it. Grab in Watery Grave, I guess. Play Ottawa. Pass the turn. Well, now we need to find an Acererak. Oh, opponent City of Brass. Well, float some mana. Play a Lotus Field. Sack the lands. Cycle the Sandbar. Oh, we need that Acererak. We have the win if we find a Acererak. Opponent gazes. How good is it? Well, they found a Stinkweed, so good. Dredge a Stinkweed. Double Archamoeba. And another Stinkweed for next turn. Okay. Well, we need some tutors or... Oh no, they got the Cathartic Reunion too. Yeah, that's a really good hand for our opponent. Cathartic Reunion. Does a ton of dredging. Double Creeping Chill. Infinite... Oh, we're dead. Okay, so we have to draw Acererak this turn. Or we're dead, because they're getting back Silver Smotes and a million prized amalgams. Wow, that was some great dredging. Well, maybe the idea of we can win it fairly was misguided. Acererak, please. Vizier. I mean, that is a redraw. So, Vizier, cycle. We gotta get lucky. We got to get lucky. Untap the Lotus Field. Whittle. And that's the Fizzle. And 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. And they get to dredge it. Yeah, that does do it. We could Twiddle to tap something down, but it doesn't matter with the Ox in the graveyard. Well, that Thought Seize got us. I don't know if we should have done that or not. Wow, that was close. Against the odds time. Actually, kind of meme or dream time. Kind of a hybrid. I don't know. This is going up while I'm off in Vegas doing stuff, so couldn't do a poll or anything. So it's not a deck I built, which I guess makes it more of a modern meme or dream. Okay, Hira. All right, elementals or control, one or the other. But we're rooftop storming. See if we can pull off the infamous rooftop storm combo. Opponent, Misty Rainforest. All right, still could be either. Opponent passes. Control, I think, is much worse. Dark Lake Shores. Sleight of hand. Well, land definitely. Oh, wait. I was gonna try to put it to the bottom. We'll just take the Profane Tutor. How about that? Profane Tutor go. Yeah, Teferi's really good against Profane Tutor, so that's one of the things we're concerned about if it's control. All right, well, still could go either way. It could be Elementals when Sweepteeth cracks it. Opponent, although this deck could still have Teferi. Breeding Pool, and Ren in 6. I mean, we're gonna suspend this tutor. If they play Teferi, we cry, but we do have to go for it, I think. What else are we doing here? All right, a cantrip. Well, suspend Profane Tutor. Pass the turn. Come on, Magic Gods. No Teferis. Teferi just ruins our day so hard. It's back a land. Passing. Well, take down the tutor. Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Grab a island. Serum Visions isn't that good with the Profane Tutor suspended. Well, I guess, let's Serum Visions. Ooh, there's a Lotus Field. Bottom and top. Cycle Sandbar to draw the Lotus Field. Yeah, we're gonna do this without suspending the Profane Tutor, I guess. Sleight of hand. Well, we only need one Lotus Field, so I guess we take the Sandbar. All right, pass the turn. What are we gonna tutor up with this? What are we gonna tutor up with this Profane Tutor? Misty Rainforest for our opponent. No Teferi's opponent. No Teferi's takes up the red. They must just have a handful of removal. Passes. Discards. Well, Profane Tutor comes down. We will take Rooftop Storm. Draw another Lotus Field. Suspend a Profane Tutor. Land untapped. Suspend a Profane Tutor. Pass the turn. All right, all the tutors in the world. Opponent cracks. So what we need to do is we need to find a Thoughtseize. So we need to live long enough for these tutors to resolve. We need to tutor up a Thoughtseize and the Acererak, and then that way we can have some defense. Oh, Lightning Bolt. Okay. The ultimating of Ren could be an issue. Well, they don't have that much red mana, I guess, but that still is a concern. Opponent passes. And them drawing it to Fairy is still a concern. All right, take down the tutors. So next turn's hopefully the big turn. That's the idea anyway. Tick down, tick down. Another Lotus Field. Well, okay, float some mana. Play the Lotus Field. Sack the lands. Play Wishclaw Talisman. Opponent going to counter. Yeah, this Ren ultimate's gonna just beat. I don't know if I've ever just got locked by a Ren ultimate before, but I'm pretty sure that's what's about to happen. I think this means our opponent can just counter everything we do. I guess the colors of mana is gonna be the pinch that our opponent has. Opponent catches in the Ren. All right, so now our opponent can retrace any of the instants and sorceries in their graveyard. They have another Ren. So they have a counter spell. Unfortunately, being in the graveyard means... Oh, they have 2 counter spells. Yeah, how do we... Being in the graveyard means we can't answer it. Yeah, I think we're just locked by this Ren ultimate, hilariously. Cycle Only Sandbar. Another Wishclaw Talisman. Well, Profane Tutor number 1 comes down. We will cast it. Acererak. Profane Tutor number 2 comes down. Yeah, we can't even get a Thoughtseize because it's in the graveyard. Nothing we can do about this, and they get a land with red. We're red locked. I think we actually just scoop. Nothing we can do about this. That is unfortunate. Well, counterspells are good against us, but really we could beat a counterspell by getting a Thoughtseize. We just can't be infinite counterspells. Yeah, we're gonna... Is there any possible way this could work? Is it even possible? All right, 1, 2, Wishclaw Talisman. Counterspell. Well, Lotus Field. Sack some lands. The opponent has 1 counter available. Is there any way... We need to Vizier into another Twiddle. All right, cycle Vizier. This is our 1 window. Either we hit another Twiddle here and maybe we can win. Oh no, this just straight up won't work. All right, well, we will just pass the turn. Our 1 chance is like somehow getting enough Twiddles that we can like tap down our opponent's lands. But I think really all our opponent needs to do is just like nothing. All I gotta do is nothing and keep getting lands back with Ren. It's essentially like a prison setup now, Lightning Bolt. Opponent. Well, that's a new one. That normally doesn't happen, but opponent had turn 2 Ren and just ticked it up enough times and our draw was not fast enough. And wow, opponent draws another Lightning Bolt. I mean, maybe they can just burn us out. Retraces a Lightning Bolt down to 5 and gets back a land. Opponent's going to pass. All right, we're gonna need some spectacular running here. Opponent has 1 counter available. We draw a Dream's Grip. Okay. So, well, cycle Vizier. Untap the Lotus Field. It's gonna be hard. Wishclaw Talisman. Play the Wishclaw Talisman. There's the counter. So opponent doesn't have double blue, so I guess we just go for it. Whittle, untap Lotus Field. I mean, opponent could still have interaction. It is possible. Ugh, Rooftop Storm? I mean, I guess it's just it, right? We could try to tap down a land. I mean, I guess we have enough mana. It's just distributed awkwardly, so it doesn't really actually work. Yeah, I mean, Rooftop Storm. All right, Acererak? Oh no. Yeah, all right, sure. Dress down. I will say about this deck, as sweet as this deck is, there are a lot of ways to get blown out. That is perhaps the downside. It is a hostile work environment for Acererak. So we can bring in some counters to try to fight our opponent's counters. I don't even know if Spell Pierce is that good. Opponent has so many lands. So bring the Fluster Storms. We'll go down a Sleight of Hand, go down a Vizier, bring in the Chandra, and then I guess one Wishclaw, run it like that. Yeah, I think Control's gotta be. I mean, Control with a Red Emblem. Whew, never beating that. Not in a million years. Does this hand beat Control? Is it what we are looking for? Yes, in general. Does it actually survive all our opponent's control stuff, though? That's another question. Yeah, let's take a Acererak, I guess. 2 Acererak's not the worst. Wow, we almost found a way to beat infinite counter spells. So close. So when are we banning Kahira? That's another, boy, Companion's so messed up in so many ways. Companion, I think in a lot of ways it's not the most powerful companion, which is why it doesn't get as much heat as maybe it could or should. However, it is probably one of the most egregious. Like, the wording on this card is so horrible. It blows my mind how bad Wizards mess up companions. I know I've said that many times, but Kahira, like, it doesn't even do what it's intended to do. It's intended to be like, oh, here's a free lord for your tribal deck. That's what the goal of it is. But what it really is like, oh, here's a free card for your creature free control deck. So that one, I mean, Kahira is just, it's so bad in so many ways. But at least it's not as strong as something like Luris or whatever. So I guess that's the little bit of good news. That would be really good with a Lotus Field and dodging our opponent's infinite counters. But, well, Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Grab a Island. Acererak. Dry. Looking for Lotus Field in specific. Fluster Storm. Probably got to go bottom. We got to get hit. We got to hit the mana. Pass the turn. Misty Rainforest cracks it. Gets back to land with Ren. Opponent passes. Discards. Yeah, suspend the tutor. Pass the turn. Gets back to land. Apparently we just cannot beat a... Well, I mean, the way we beat a Ren is just by comboing off, but Ren on turn 2 seems kind of unbeatable. Take down the Profane Tutor. We draw. A Twiddle. Well, a Acererak. Opponent. Dress down. I mean, this does mean we get to keep a 5/5. Pass the turn. Sure. I mean, this is a way we can try to pressure the Ren. Leyline Binding. Okay. Opponent gets back a Misty. Plays a Misty. Well, Profane Tutor. Cast it. Get the Lotus Field. Draw Lonely Sandbar. Float the mana. Play the Lotus Field. Sack the lands. Dream's Grip. Entwined. Tap, untap. Opponent counters. Well, this is much we can hope for. We still can't win this turn, can we? Twiddle, 3 mana, +2 for 5 mana, and now we're right back to the same spot. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, this Wrenn, the Wrenn of our nightmares. Oh, we're just a mana short. We're a mana short. But now the Wrenn gets ultimate, and our opponent gets to do the same thing where they just have infinite counters that we can't answer. Opponent, Hallowed Vow tapped. Ultimates the Wrenn for infinite counter spells. Yeah. Sacred Foundry untapped. Wow, this is literally the same exact draw. This is literally it. Opponent gets back a land. Yes, it's like exactly the same. Well, we will cycle a Lonely Sandbar. Darkslick Shores, we untap. We draw Serum Visions. Well, play Acererak. Free counter spell. Well, Twiddle the Lotus Field. That was a non-free counter spell, but another counter spell. Play the land. Play the Serum Visions. Bottom and bottom. Boy, this matchup's so miserable. It is so miserable. Expressive Iteration. Draws more expressive iterations. It's back a land. Gotta make sure you have that free counter spell. Cracks it. Demons. And passes. We draw a land. There's no way we can win. Bottom and top. Play a Misty Rainforest past the turn. Opponent adapts. No, they're expressive iteration. If our opponent just leaves mana up, there's nothing we can do. I mean, I guess our slight chance is like a Chandra. Opponent draws a Teferi. It's back a land. Gotta have those free counters. Plays the land. Yeah, I mean, our opponent's playing this well enough that we're just... Good enough, opponent. You did it. Well, I think the control is a tough matchup, but this Wrenn ultimate, like we can kind of maneuver around control. What we can't maneuver around is opponent having free infinite counter spells from their graveyard. That is, how do you beat infinite counters with a deck like this? Like we got to work to beat a counter. Infinite counters just, it's not ever happening. Against the odds time, we are trying to go infinite with Rooftop Storm in Modern, and well, we'll see. We got the Acererak, we got the Lotus Fields, we got the Twiddles. Can we resolve them against Izzet? That, oh boy, already a counterspell milled. Opponent. Bobble into even more bobbles. Yeah, counterspell matchup's tricky. Tricky. Opponent cracks, sure. And... cracks. All right, so opponent did many things on turn one. Gets to refuel. Well, Misty Rainforest, crack it. Island, and Serum Visions. Well, double bottom. We do not need more lands past the turn. So we need to find Rooftop Storm, and we need to resolve Rooftop Storm. If we can do those two things, we should be able to win. Opponent gets in, hits us for 1. Scalding Tarn. Passes. Darkslick Shores and Suspend Profane Tutor. Opponent gonna consider. Well, we'll see. If they have the Murktide, we might be in trouble. The Murktide might be a fast enough clock, so we should be able to, again, assuming we can dodge counters. There's the bolt. Okay. We should be able to combo kill in 2 turns. Again, assuming we don't get hit by a counter spell. Can we live for 2 turns? Well, the DRC not being turned on is nice. Opponent gets and hits us. Sure. Passes. Take down Profane Tutor. We wouldn't mind a Thoughtseize. That would be sweet. Double Acererak. Well, all right. Sleight of hand. There is the Thoughtseize and the Rooftop Storm. Maybe we keep both of these. Oh no, we were going to lose one. So, yeah, I mean, I think we take the Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize our opponent. Okay, there's the counter. I'll play Lotus Field. Well, we will see. Pass the turn. So we got a counter out of our opponent's hand, although, as we can see, opponent is playing a lot of counters. Opponent goes to combat, gets in for 3. I mean, I think there's a question as to if we even go for it. Down to 11. Opponent leaving up all the mana, not even playing a land, so that means there's 4 spells in hand. Well, all right, Profane Tutor. Cast it. Oh dear, even more counters. Okay. We draw Lotus Field, not helpful. Play Acererak. And opponent hit. Hi! All right, opponent has all the answers. Well, Acererak, we're going to scry. Looking for Rooftop Storm. Whittle to the bottom. Watery Grave untapped. Pass the turn. So we can cycle the Sandbar, but yeah, this matchup seems very difficult. Opponent has so much disruption, and there's Expressive Iteration. Trying to find even more counters. Yeah, there's just so much disruption in this matchup. Their Dragon Rage Channeler goes to combat. Down to 6. Well, I mean, untap land. So I guess we have one turn to find the counter and hope our opponent doesn't also have... Or one turn to find the Rooftop Storm and hope our opponent does not have another piece of interaction. Profane Tutor's too slow. And Wishclaw Talisman. Yeah, that does it. Yeah, that's tough. That is a tough amount of interaction from our opponent's deck. What do we do about that? So we bring in the Chandra, which cannot be countered. That's a thing. Oh, so tough. I guess Ley Lines and Fluster Storms? Go down to Wishclaw, go down to Vizier, go down to Vizier, go down to Thoughtseize. Sleight of hand, sleight of hand. So we're just gonna have to luck into the combo. All right, well, all right, one more Thoughtseize. Let's try it like that. Although I will say this has got to be about our hardest matchup in the world. I mean, we will keep this. We'll keep this because... Okay, bottom and top. Draw another land. We'll keep this because we do have the Lotus Fields and the Twiddle. If we can find a Chandra, that would actually be pretty interesting. Opponent land passes. Little bit less scary of a start. Well, Serum Visions. There's Acererak. Misty Rainforest bottom. Rooftop Storm top. Darkslick Shores go. I mean, we're actually pretty close to having the full combo, but I think we're going to need to find a piece of protection. Gonna have to find a piece of protection. This is even a potential Force and Negation deck. Like, in theory, we can win in 2 turns. In practice, we gotta find a way to get past the counters. Well, cycle only Sandbar. Draw the Rooftop Storm. Untap. Another Rooftop Storm. Yeah, I mean, we'll just Lotus Field. Sack the lands. Not even any real reason to float the mana. We could just to do it, but pass the turn. Well, we'll see. I mean... We have lethal if we can resolve a Rooftop Storm. Just kidding. Magus of the Moon. We have nothing, ever. Oh, and we even drew the Thoughtseize. Yes, and there's no way we can beat this. Well, that was a quick one. Against the odds time, we are, oh my god, we're Rooftop Storm comboing in Modern. So, good news is, we have the full combo. We have Acererak, we have Rooftop Storm. Bad news is, we don't have Ramp. There's no Lotus Field at the moment, so we need to speed things up a bit. Darkslick Shores go. We'll see what our opponent's doing. So that's the missing piece, is like a Twiddle and a... Ooh, opponent could have Thoughtseize. Yeah, I don't even think we want to cycle yet. Serum Visions is good. Let's play a land, Serum Visions. So we're looking for... Ooh, Profane Tutor, Atwara, Serum Visions. Well, let's go land bottom, Serum Visions top. Pass the turn. If we can find a Twiddle effect in the... No Thoughtseize us. If we can find a Serum Visions in Lotus Field, we can do it pretty quick. Okay, Voidwalker. I don't think that actually ruins our day. Do we want to cycle a Sandbar? Probably. Yeah, let's cycle. Untap. Acererak number 2. Well, suspend Profane Tutor. Play an island. Serum Visions. This is a little awkward, but I think we keep both. Because I'm worried about a Thoughtseize effect. So I think it's worth keeping both. On the off chance that our opponent does have some discard, which seems likely in their colors, opponent gets and hits us. We should be set to win the turn this Profane Tutor comes down if we don't get hit by discard. Stoneforge Mystic. I mean, I guess our opponent could also have instant speed interaction. Grabs Cauldron Complete to speed up the clock. Okay, Profane Tutor takes down. We draw the Twiddle. So let's think about this. Next turn we get Lotus Field. We play the Lotus Field. Attack 2 lands. 1, 2. Untap it. Yeah, we should be good to go. So play Misty Rainforest. Pass the turn. I mean, we just gotta fade some interaction. Our opponent's gonna be incentivized to get this Cauldron Complete down. Inquisition. Uh-oh. This might actually beat us. Okay. So I can take the Twiddle. Maybe they take the Acererak? Without the Twiddle, we can't win next turn. Yeah, it takes a twiddle. So this might change our plans. So now I think what we got to do is, all right, here comes Calder complete. So now I think what we got to do is crack the Misty, shuffle away the Rooftop Storm, and hope to cycle into another twiddle. That's the missing piece for winning next turn now. All right, so we're taking 8. So we would be dead next turn. Yeah, I mean, that is it. Opponent hits us. We need the best Lonely Sandbar of all time. Oh, the discard. All right, so shuffle away the Rooftop Storm. Island. Cycle the Lonely Sandbar. Thoughtseize is not what we needed. Profane Tutor comes down. I mean, we gotta take the Lotus Field. Oh, are we gonna end up just short because of that discard spell? Take Lotus Field. Draw another Thoughtseize. That is something we were concerned about. Discard is good against what we're trying to do. Oh, the blowouts. We were so close. Do we even change anything? We could bring in like the Fatal Pushes, I guess. Maybe Fatal Push over Thoughtseize? All right, run it back. The near miss. I thought we had it. It's funny because Twiddle is the piece that we have the most of by far. I mean, we have, what, 9 to 11? 11 Twiddles in the deck, counting Vizier. So that's like the easy piece. All the other combo pieces are the ones that are a little scarcer. All right, looks familiar. Let's try this again. Tap land go. Opponent probably has more answers now. I feel like we really want to try to get game 1 if we can, because once our opponent knows what's up, it probably gets easier for him. So opponent can take the Profane Tutor, I assume. Yep, passes. We draw a Vizier. Yeah, play the tap land, pass. I guess we could run out the Vizier just as a bad mana dork. Opponent planes. And our Confidant to start trying to draw some cards. We draw Lonely Sandbar. I'll play the land. Yeah, I think we just hardcast the Vizier. Try to do it the old-fashioned way. Plus it blocks the Bob. I don't like our opponent getting to draw extra cards here. That's not great. It's a land. Good Bob. No life lost. Opponent. Silent clearing. And all right, Kaya's Guile kills the mana dork. It's us. 18. Well, 1, 2, 3. Acererak. Yeah, I think we just scry. All right, put it on top. I mean, I guess we can try to do it on hard mode where we just make 6 land drops. Opponent, more lands. Bob remaining good. Planes. Opponent goes to combat attacks. Opponent could definitely have instant speed interaction too, which is a concern. Stoneforge Mystic. Getting Batter Skull. All right, that's the slow version at least. Well, Acererak. And now I think we make the 1/1. So our opponent gonna kill it. It's a tap land. Yeah, turning on Fatal Push probably. Okay. Yeah, make the 1/1. Play the Misty Rain for us. Well, this is the turn of truth. We'll have enough lands, but we need to dodge all the interaction. Opponent Voidwalker. That doesn't really kill us. Planes for our opponent. Voidwalker, sure, that's fine. Goes attacking, hits us. Do we go for it? Opponent passes. Get an island. Profane Tutor. I mean, so we can go for it. I mean, we gotta go for it, right? They're gonna put a Batter Skull into play. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully they don't have it. This is probably ambitious, but all right, there's a Rooftop Storm. Combo assembled on slow mode. Acererak for free? Do you have an answer? Well, we will go to Dark Pool. Drain you. Acererak. Wait, do they not have the answer? Wait, is this working? Oh, we drew another Acererak. Oh, that means we don't lose to a path now. I think we actually did it. I think it's actually happening somehow. Oh my goodness. Infinite dungeons, infinite scry, infinite card draw. We actually pulled off the combo. Okay, we got him. Mine tunnels, make a treasure. I mean, unless our opponent's just slow rolling us, this should do it, right? We drain him out of the game. Acererak for free. Rooftop Storm combo. Venturing infinitely. Okay. Desperation, silent clearance. So now our opponent knows what's going on. They see that they're dying. Desperation sack. Opponent goes to 11. I don't think they have it. Wow, and this was us on the slowest mode possible too. This was This was just make 6 land drops. No twiddles, no shenanigans. All right, we get to scry. Will our opponent scoop? That is the question. Or are they actually going to let us venture like 100 times to kill them? An opponent! Oh, it's possible. It is possible to get the Rooftop Storm kill. Okay. Got him! We actually got him. Wow. That was sweet. That was actually surprising because the make 6 land drops cast the Rooftop Storm plan is not how we're trying to do this. That is the hard mode. Oh, maybe we bring in the Chandra. The Chandra does seem like, well, actually, no. I don't think Chandra's going to be good. Chandra sweeping the board seems good, but they probably already have a big equipment. I mean, we'll keep this. I like this hand. We'll see if it's shredded by Thoughtseizes, but we got the Lotus Field. We got the Twiddles. We got double tutors. So this is kind of exactly what we're hoping for. About it. Tap land and passes. Oh, Watery Grave, untapped. Serum Visions. Definitely don't need another Lotus Field. Yeah, I don't even think, oh, do we need a Twara? Is there any? Yeah, let's go bottom. Chip the turn. All right. How much discard do you got, opponent? Or how fast is your clock? Dark Confidant gonna get the card draw going. Okay. Well, Misty Rainforest, crack Misty Rainforest, Island, and Profane Tutor. Go. We might be able to tutor enough that we can get like a Thoughtseize too. Opponent draws their own Thoughtseize, plays a Swamp. Well, they can't Thoughtseize the Lotus Field. They can take the Twiddle to slow us down. I guess it's going to depend on how fast their clock is and how much disruption they have. Opponent takes the Profane Tutor and Stoneforge Mystic to speed up the clock. Ooh, can we raise it? Can we raise a Cauldron Complete? Most likely. There's a Cauldron Complete. About it goes to combat, hits us. Down to 15. Take down the Profane Tutor. More Wish Claws. Well, play a Wish Claw. Play the Lotus Field. Sack the lands. Pass the turn. Wow, this is so close. Opponent untaps. We really need this Twiddle to stick around. Hits a land. Plays the land. I think we're just short on mana, right? Vindicates the Wish Claw. Okay. That's actually kind of fine. Opponent gets in and hits us. Unless this is setting up another like Thoughtseize. That's less fine. Down to 12. Well, Profane Tutor comes down. I guess Rooftop Storm. I mean, this would mean if we just draw a Acererak, we win. We draw a Twiddle. Is there a way that can let us win? Let's think this through. So it's 3 mana to tutor. So play this, Wishclaw Talisman, get a Acererak, play the land, untap for 3, tap. Yeah, we're just short. Cauldron Complete, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I think what we do is Watery Grave untapped. Down to 10, a little risky. Wishclaw Talisman. Wishclaw Talisman. Okay, can we survive and dodge the interaction for one more turn? Opponent cracks. Tap land. I mean, this is it. This is the game. It all comes down to this. Opponent Dark Confidant. What does it reveal? Godless Shrine. Okay, that doesn't kill us. Arid Mesa. Here comes the Cauldron Complete. Yep. So we're dropping to 3. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent attacks. Drop to 3. What else you got? Nothing. Dark Slick Shores. We play Dark Slick Shores. We Wishclaw Talisman for a... I want a Thoughtseize, but that doesn't work, does it? So this means we just have to hope that our opponent doesn't have an answer. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we should be able to, right? So if we do this, we have 5 mana. We untap this, 6, 7. We untap this, 8, 9. Yeah, we should be able to do it. Float our mana. Wishclaw Talisman. Get a Thoughtseize. Twiddle. Untap Lotus Field. Tap Lotus Field. Twiddle. Untap Lotus Field. So we have 8 mana. That's enough. That's enough. Thoughtseize you. Go to 1. Try to get rid of an answer to the combo. Uh-oh. Opponent cracks Arid Mesa. What do they have? Gets a Plains. Vanishing Verse. Okay. So we will tutor in response. Take a Acererak. Opponent exiles their Wishclaw. No answers in hand. Rooftop Storm. Acererak. And we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Oh my God, we did it. Start cruising through the dungeons. to the bottom, and that is game. It took every point of life. It took every mana we had access to, but we got there, and we know that our opponent can't stop it. We know they can't. Acererak, Dark Pool, that's the lethal room. Drain you down to 14. Acererak, draw a card. Acererak, same thing. Do some useless scrying. Acererak. Oh, Rooftop Storm combo. Rooftop Storm combo. We'll keep making treasures. I mean, I guess only risk now is that we misclick. Acererak, Dark Pools, opponent goes to 13. Acererak, do it again, draw a card, all the Lotus Fields. Acererak, scry. I mean, as long as we don't misclick, this is the full combo kill. Atwara sure doesn't matter. I mean, nothing we click here matters. This is deterministically lethal. We just need to do it a bunch of times and not click the wrong dungeon. Dark Pool, drain you. Draw a card. Opponent's down to 12. It seems like our opponent's going to play it out. Acererak, same thing. Head into Fandelver. Drain you. We don't really need another Acererak. I mean, we know our opponent can't stop it. That makes our life much easier. Make treasure. Drain you for 1. Draw a card. Pick it up. Put it down, do it again. Opponent's down to 11. It actually worked. It even worked against a deck that has some disruption, which is interesting. Make treasure. An opponent said that Thoughtseize and scooped it up, and that is the Rooftop Storm. That's how we do it. We actually did it. Oh yeah, that Thoughtseize saved us because the Vanishing Verse would have answered the Acererak. So being able to tutor up the Thoughtseize was game winning. That was game winning. Sweet, sweet. So what did we learn this week about Rooftop Storm combo in Modern? And record-wise, we went 1-4 in our league, which isn't a great record, obviously. And this was, oh boy, kind of a heartbreaking style deck. So there's 3 ways matches go with this deck. One is we actually win, which we pulled off one time. We did get a match win, and that was pretty glorious. It was cool to actually see it work. So that's the best case scenario. We actually win the match with the deck. The other thing that happens is the heartbreaking losses, where it's like we're a turn away from comboing, but our opponent kills us with burn. Or we assemble the combo, but our opponent has instant speed removal for Acererak, and it doesn't actually work. So that's the other like heartbreaking way, is like we're super close to winning, and it feels like we're right on the edge of doing the cool thing, and then it all falls apart. The other thing that happens is the just no chance matchups, which are mostly the decks with a lot of counter spells. Like in theory, Thoughtseize and our sideboard plan can kind of help, but really you saw the matchup against like Izzet or whatever, or the infinite counterspell Ren deck where we got locked by the Ren emblem. Oh, we're never beating that. It's just not happening. That's the downside of having your plan be built around a 6-mana enchantment that you gotta pass at sorcery speed. It's just really easy for those decks to deal with. So as far as actually improving this deck, I'm not really sure the best way to go about it. I do like that Rooftop Storm and Acererak, it is a 2-card win the game combo, although as we were just talking about, we did see some of the flaws with the combo, which yes, a 6-mana enchantment is one of them. The other one is there's a window to kill Acererak while it's on the stack. So if our opponent has an Unholy Heat, let's say, or a Path to Exile, or a Solitude, even after we do all of our stuff, we can still get wrecked by a removal spell. So losing to counter spells and creature removal is kind of a bummer. The Lotus Field plan is interesting, and I think it is necessary. Modern's just too fast of a format for us to win by naturally casting Rooftop Storm with 6 lands on turn 6, turn 7, turn 8. Not gonna happen. It's just way too slow. So I'm not really sure what to do to improve this deck. I think the Lotus Field plan is necessary. I guess you could drop it and drop all the Twiddles, drop the Viziers, and kind of be like a Dimir control deck with this being your win con. I think that would be the other direction to go, is rather than trying to speed up the combo by playing Lotus Field and ways to untap it, we could play the combo at a fair speed and actually just try to cast Rooftop Storm for 6 mana, but slow down the game with removal removals and thought seizes, counter spells. So maybe that would be the direction to go. I think that would be the next thing I would try with the deck. Is it going to be better than this build? I don't know. The upside of like, oops, I accidentally won on turn 3 is pretty sweet with the Lotus Field plan. But the biggest issue with the combo is it's just not very resilient. So that would probably be the direction I would head, is some sort of like Dimir control deck, with this being the finisher. Would it be the best finisher? Maybe not, but it would be a really spicy way to finish the game with the control deck. And then we'd have a lot more slots in the deck, because we're not playing all the twiddles and whatnot, which are kind of dead cards unless we're comboing with Lotus Field. So there's a little inconsistency there as well. But anyway, that's Rooftop Storm combo. Doesn't win often, but when it does, it wins in a really sweet way. That's been our Against the Odds / Memer Dream for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you soon.